Welcome everyone to Nikki Loves Books. Nikki here, and today we do have our first ever Baddies book box on this channel. This is my first Baddies book box. It was just one of those things where I signed up for the wait list like a couple months ago, just putting out feelers out there, and then they had an opening specifically for April, and I was like, well, April's my birthday month, so happy birthday to me. I did already pay for next month's too, so we'll see how I like it and if I end up liking the books and if I want to keep it. If you guys remember, I also have a subscription to Page and Wick, which I'm really debating whether I want to keep or not because the first book was an absolute downer, did not enjoy. But the second book that I just received from them for March, I absolutely loved. So I think the next box that we get from Page and Wick is really going to make or break it with me about whether I continue that box or not. And now Baddies Bookshop is up in the air too. So this is a book box that I don't know if I'm going to continue. I just wanted to try it out, see how I liked it, and then we'll go from there. So that is where things stand. Let's go ahead and get into our new Baddies book box. So if I remember correctly, Baddies book box does romance with some hot baddies in them. They typically announce beforehand the authors that will be featured in the boxes those months, and it's always 2 books, which I already love, but they do tend to be smaller books. So these are not big monstrosities. They tend to be smaller books, just FYI. And that's all that comes in the box is 2 books. Sometimes you get a sticker, but that's it. So let's go ahead and check out our new books. So first off, we have Start a War by Ellie Thorpe. Our editions are special. So this is an exclusive cover, has stenciled edges. We have a foiled hardcover case, reversible dust jacket, illustrated end papers, and it is of course signed by the author. So let's find out what Start a War is about. Do you want some goldfish crackers, Bliss? These were the last words my brother said to me before he was shot execution style. A childhood code only he and I knew, and one that had a single clear meaning behind it. Run. I'm not going anywhere, not when his murderer is still out there. To catch a killer, I put aside my life of money and luxury and take over the running of Psychos, a dive bar in the seedy underbelly of St. View. But Psychos delivers more than I ever could have bargained for in 3 men I never saw coming. Nash, my brother's best friend, older and more experienced, he still remembers me as the neglected child he once saved. War. Heir to a biker gang throne and searching for the men who left his mother in a coma. Bonded over a common goal, he introduces me to a world of after-hour clubs, danger, and violence. And Vincent, the quiet new guy nobody seems to see except me. He's sweet and quirky, but there's a darkness to him just waiting to be unleashed. With every lie we uncover, every secret we expose, the danger mounts. Until there's only one thing we know for sure. The killer is still out there, and we're his next targets. If you guys did not know, romance is the key for me. So I am a romance girly. I am all here for this because I love reverse harems. Next up, we have Spiteful Punks by Madeline Faye. What do you do when you're so empty inside you feel nothing? When all you've ever known was pain? You run. That's what I did. I ran away without once looking back. People say starting over is the best way for a new beginning, but that's far from the truth if you end up back where you began. Sometimes life likes to throw lemons at you really hard until there's nothing left to do but make lemonade. I've known pain, but not the kind that messes with my heart. That is until Logan, Dalton, Tay, and Nicholas come into my life without a warning label. I'm not prepared, and I'm afraid after fighting since day one, they might just be the reason I finally break. So we have, of course, our exclusive cover, which is very beautiful. Love the rose and the blood. We have matching stenciled edges, reversible dust jacket, foiled hardcover case, which is pretty sick looking, illustrated end papers, and of course, the signed by the author. So the last thing we got in our box is just this little sticker, which I think is cute. It says Motorcycle Club Romance. I might assume that might be our theme this month. I'm not really sure. There was nothing else in the box, so I don't know if they do themes and this was the theme. I have no idea, but we'll see what happens in next box months to see if there's a trend. So this is it for our Baddies book box for April 2024. I'm very excited to read these. So when can I get to them? So I finished Bookshops and Bone Dust. I forgot to change my sign because I finished it last night late. Sadly, didn't really enjoy it. Like, I didn't hate it, but definitely not for me. I'm not a cozy girl. Like, I think more dark is my vibe. Technically speaking, I should be moving on to Your Blood, My Bones, which was our Owl Crate young adult book from April. But that is the book that I have that is bound upside down and I'm trying to get a replacement for. So I'm putting that off on hold. So then I had The Warm Hands of Ghosts. So this was the book from the adult March Owl Crate. So I probably will read this next. And then depending on what happens with this, I might read this afterwards. And to be perfectly honest, because I have two from Baddies books and they're both reverse harem romances, I might actually read one of these first, put this one in the middle, because I do like to take breaks from my romance reverse harems, especially since they're so formulaic. I think I'm going to go ahead and actually begin Start a War today and then read The Warm Hands of Ghosts. And then depending on after that, we will see where we land with our Owl Crate young adult book. So that is it. Make sure you like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings. As always, thanks so much for being here and for all your support to my channel. Really appreciate you. Make sure you're subscribed to join me for all the bookish fun.